राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोधानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन 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 यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोधानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन 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 यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोधानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोधानन्दन जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज 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 जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्द यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी यमुनातीरवनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा you can project Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, Verse 9. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, Verse 9. Tam tikshna chittam, sorry, Tam tikshna chittam ativamacheshtitam viksha vikshantara kosha paricha dasivata. Sorry, I am not able. वरास्त्रियं तत् प्रभया च दर्शिते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी हि अतिष्ठताम् तं तीक्ष्णचित्तम् अतिवामचेष्टितम् वीक्ष्यान्तरकोशपरिचादशावित परिचादशवात् वरस्त्रियं तत्प्रभया च दर्श्यते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी हि अतिष्ठताम् तां तीक्ष्णचित्ताम् अतिवामचेष्टितम् वीक्ष्यान्तरकोशपरिचादशवत् वीक्षान्तरकोशपरिचादशवत् वरस्त्रियं तत्प्रभया च दर्शिते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी यतिष्ठताम् ने जननी यतिष्ठताम् कोशपरिचादशवत् दर्शिते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी यतिष्ठताम् निरीक्षताम् अतिवामचेष्टिताम् वीक्षान्तरकोशपरिचादशिवत् वरं त्रियतत्प्रभया च दर्शिते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी हतिष्ठताम्. माताजी. तां तीक्ष्णचित्ताम् अतिवामचेष्टिताम् वीक्षान्तरकोशपरिचादशिवत् वरास्त्रियं तत्प्रभया च दर्शिते निरीक्ष्यमाणे जननी हतिष्ठताम् तं tat tam that in bracket it's written Puthana Rakshasi Tikshana Chittam having a very fierce heart for killing the child. Okay, I will read the Sanskrit first. We all can repeat and then I will read the translation. Ati Vama Cheshtitam, although she was trying to treat the child better than a mother. Vikshaya Antara, seeing her within the room. Kosha Parichada Asivat, Kosha Parichada Asivat, like a sharp sword within a soft sheath. Varastriyam, the very beautiful woman. Tat Prabhaya, by her influence. Cha, also. Darshiyate, Darshite, being overwhelmed. Nirikshamane, were seeing. Janani, the two mothers. He, indeed, Atishtatam, they remained silent without prohibiting. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Putana Rakshasi's heart was fierce and cruel, but she looked like a very affectionate mother. Thus she resembled a sharp sword in a soft sheath. Although seeing her within the room, Yashoda and Rohini, overwhelmed by her beauty, did not stop her, but remained silent because she treated the child like a mother. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Although Putana was an outsider and although she personified fierce death, because the determination within her heart was to kill the child, when she directly came and placed the child on her lap to offer the child her breast to suck, the mothers were so captivated by her beauty that they did not prohibit her. Sometimes a beautiful woman is dangerous because everyone, being captivated by external beauty, Maya Mohita, is unable to understand what is in her mind. Those who are captivated by the beauty of external energy are called Maya Mohita. Mohitam Nabhijanati Mam Ebhe Param Avyayam. Bhagavad Gita 7.13. Nate Vidhu Swarthagatim Hi Vishnum Durashaya Ye Bahir Arthamaninaha. Bhagavatam 7.531. Here, of course, the two mothers, Rohini and Yashoda, were not Maya Mohita, deluded by the external energy. But to develop the pastimes of the Lord, they were captivated by Yoga Maya. Such Maya Moha is the action of Yoga Maya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottam devim saraswatim vyasam ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातम् अहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. My sincere gratitude and thanks to the devotees, the management here, Narari Chaitanya Prabhu, my pranams, uh, for requesting me, inviting me to share my thoughts on such an auspicious occasion as we prepare for Janmashtami. And this is the first Leela in the sense where Krishna kills a demon, Puthana. So this is as we prepare our mood for Janmashtami, I think very, very appropriate pastime to focus on. I will not begin my lecture today with giving the summary or what is the anartha that Putana embodies or represents, but rather would like to take all of us through a step by step understanding of of what it looks like or what it feels like in this human form. It is told in Bhagavad Gita when Arjuna is talking to Krishna, he shares with Krishna, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, where he says that my mind is so difficult to control, it is so chanchala, because it is even tougher than controlling the wind. As I can still, try to hold wind in my hand, but I cannot control my mind. Now, what does that mean? The person who has gone to Swargaloka and who has refused, marrying an Apsara, a person who had conquered sleep, a person who had practiced in the night and can do archery in the night without even seeing. Now, this person, Arjuna, is telling Krishna that my mind is very difficult to control. Yeah. Whereas, whereas all of us or most of us feel that we are able to control our mind, anarthas. When we are born, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Bhumi apo nalavayu kham manor buddhi revacha ahankara itiyame bhinna prakriti rashtadha. These are the 8 elements of the prakriti, which is bhinna from me. Bhinna means it is not part of me. But mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. Under my instruction, this prakriti is functioning. So it is part and parcel of Krishna, but it is still separated. Out of this, if we understand Bhumi Apo Nal Vayu Kham, these are the 5 Pancha Mahabhutas, what we say. Bhumi, Apo, Nal, Vayu, Kham. Earth, water, air, fire, ether. From these 5 Pancha Mahabhutas is what the whole Srishti is built. This mic, my skin, my muscles, this table, this paper, this carpet, those chairs, everything is made with this Pancha Mahabhuta in different proportions. Somewhere Bhumi is more, so it is solid. Somewhere water is more, so it is more like my skin. Somewhere Bhumi is more, it is more like my bone. Somewhere air is more, then it is more like my what I am just talking, what is reaching your ear. So we have to understand that the creation, entire thing around us is with this Pancha Mahabhuta. Now, what is Man, Buddhi, and Ahankara then? If that is also Bhinna Prakriti, Then what is man, buddhi, and ahankara? Man is made from, man, buddhi, and ahankara is made from three gunas, where man is made from rajoguna, buddhi is made from sattva guna, and ahankara is made from tamoguna. So all the three gunas manifest as man, buddhi, and ahankara, and all the bhumi, apo, nal, vayu, kham, they manifest as pancha mahabhuta around us. And everything that we see around us is actually a combination of this pancha mahabhuta and the three gunas. Now, when we say that pancha mahabhutas and three gunas are separate from Krishna, now why have we made it separate? Doesn't that question come in our mind? Why has he made it separated? He could have made it as a part of him only, isn't it? And then if man, buddhi, and ahankara are in three gunas, then what is the function of these man, buddhi, and ahankara? It is easy to understand the function of the pancha mahabhuta because it is visible. Yeah. There is another element called chitta. So there are, while the pancha mahabhutas are the bahikaranas, that means our senses are made of this. The antahakaranas are four: man, buddhi, ahankara, and chitta. Chitta is who we are, avarana on us. All the life impressions that we gather as we speak, the way we are sitting, the way we are listening, the way we are talking, the way we are eating, the way our vyavahara, thoughts, everything, manasa, kaya, vacha, everything put together is the impressions on our chitta. It's called as samskaras. Whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we are listening, however, what is our thought process going on? Everything is getting recorded on our chitta as samskara. Most of us would have heard the gross body and the subtle body. The subtle body is the man, buddhi, ahankara, and chitta, which is covering us. Who are we? We are Sat, Chit, and Ananda. That is what our Mameva Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are covered at present by this subtle body. Now, in this whole understanding, all of us, we are blessed, first of all, that only in human form we can really understand the samam bunam and the details of all these aspects that we are talking about. No animal can understand this. No bird can understand this. No fish can understand it. No dog, no cat, no cockroach, no mosquito can understand it. Now, we might be saying, good, that we have such a good luxury that we can understand it, but believe me, we all have passed through those forms. In some birth we were a dog, in some birth we were a pig, like Indra, who was a pig, and then Narada had to come and wake him up. Jago bhaiya, bahut ho gaya. No, no, I am enjoying. Where are you enjoying? I am enjoying with my family. I am enjoying nicely. Where was he? He was in the sewage. And then when he is awakened by the Guru, Narada, then he goes back to his responsibility. So we have all passed through those, all the forms that we are talking about, and hence we have come to this human form of life. In this human form of life, our only kartavya, what Srila Prabhupada told, was to finish our business and go back to Godhead. First of all, lucky that we got birth in Bharat. Second, we are lucky that we got birth and we got connected with a devotee. By the mercy of some devotee, we were able to come to this place where Srila Prabhupada's learnings, knowledge is imparted to all of us, where we get access to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Even more lucky that we are having an association. And yet, like Puthana, we are completely enamored by the milk. Milk which is given by this material energy, milk that is given by this material environment, because it is tasting very nicely. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling here. It is Maya Mohita. We are enamored by the taste of this milk. For some of us, that milk is in the form of money. For some of us, that milk is in the form of, you know, looking good. For some of us, that milk is in the form of name and fame. For some of us, that milk is in the form of fears. For some of us, that milk is in the form of Kam, Krodh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, Lobha. Because it is this 5 layers that are covering us. What are these 5 layers? The Annamaya, the Pranamaya, the Manomaya, the Vijnanamaya, and the Anandamaya. The Annamaya is the Pancha Mahabhuta, it's very easily visible. The Pranamaya is what is running this body, functioning of this whole body. The systems, the 5 Vayus, what is enabling the entire body to function the way it is functioning. The Manomaya is the Mana. The Vijnanamaya is the Buddhi and Ahankara, both. And the Anandamaya is the Chitta. Now, what binds us with this milk? What binds us with this milk is the illusion that this milk is very tasty. And that illusion happens when we are stuck in the mana. When we are stuck in the mana dimension of our existence. Actually, we have to come to the Anandamaya and even beyond that. Because we are talking about beyond the gunas, we are talking about beyond the chitta, who we are, the Sat, Chit, and Ananda. I'm going little more philosophical, so please be with me. I know it's morning time, and maybe if we have had breakfast, then it is working. Or if we have slept less in the night, sevas morning 4:30, Mangala Arti. After that, Japa, then Guru Ashtakam, Guru Arti, Guru Vandanam. Then after that, lecture. What all to do in since morning? Huh? Philosophy is little. It requires some amount of engagement in our dhyana, ekagrata. So this mana, which immediately comes after Pancha Mahabhuta, is actually the glue which keeps us stuck to this material world. Because our entire vyavahara, our entire interactions with this world is happening through our mana. मन क्या करता है? मन विचार करता है. It has the thinking ability. What else? It has the ability to dvandva. I like this, I don't like this. So it is the place where you think, it is the place where you have dualities. I like it, I don't like it. And it is very, very difficult to control. Because all the anarthas, the Kam, Krodh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, and Lobh, their house is in Mana. Because we interact with this world through Mana, these 6 anarthas, they are like lenses for us. We interact with people through Kama. Oh, I like. Very beautiful. That's what they were enamored. Yashoda Mai and Rukmini Mai were enamored, but through Yogamaya, not like what we get enamored. Especially a lot of youth sitting here. We have to be very careful in this regard. So we get enamored by the beauty, and then ध्यायतो विषयां पुंसां संगस्ते सुपजायते संगात् संजायते कामा कामा क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोह सम्मोह स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशो प्रणश्यति. So we interact with some people out of krodha, kama, krodha. We interact with some situations out of moha, greed. काम क्रोध मोह मद bewilderment, confused. मुझे लाइफ में क्या करना है प्रभु जी, पूरा कंफ्यूजन. छोटे छोटे सिचुएशंस में हम डिसीजन नहीं ले पाते. स्मॉल सिचुएशंस वी आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू टेक डिसीजन बिकॉज वी आर कंफ्यूज्ड, bewildered. काम क्रोध मोह मद मात्सर्य, एनवी, जेलसी, भर भर के. उसका कमीज मेरे कमीज से सफेद कैसे, कुर्ता. In our case, how come their dhoti is white, more white than mine? It is told by acharyas that a devotee actually takes more happiness if there is a success for somebody else. This mentality of paucity means that resources are less. This mentality of we have less and it is for most of the people to grab is fed into us from our childhood. Whereas a devotee has a mindset of abundance. भरपूर है, भगवान की सृष्टि में भरपूर है. Whatever is meant to come to me will come to me. Now that doesn't mean that I will not do my endeavor, but I will not get affected, attached. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. That attachment and detachment is what we are talking about. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukha. If we are in success or failure, we are equanimous. That is what we are talking about. But no, we are bewildered. मद है, मात्सर्य है, भर भर के फियर उस मैनिफेस्ट होता है. किसी को ज्यादा मिला तो वी फील अफ्रेड, वी फील समथिंग इज लैकिंग इन अस, because benchmark for our satisfaction is somebody else's failure or success. That is why so many places, one of the anarthas or one of the offenses we can do to the holy name is criticism. That energy of criticism, the root is in matsarya. Feeling jealous or sad if somebody else gets more. Have you seen, there is a movie called Three Idiots. So in that, when the result is announced, the two of the friends, they fail. And then they see the third name, he's a top. So the dialogue is there, हम फेल होए तो दुख होता है, हमारा दोस्त टॉप करे तो ज्यादा दुख होता है. Yeah. So that is our situation. मात्सर्य, लोभ, greed, खत्म ही नहीं होता, एंड ही नहीं है. There is no end to where do we end? Where does it whole end? लाइफ लॉन्ग एंड तक हम लोग लगे हुए हैं पैसा बनाने के लिए. Deep appreciation for many devotees here, senior devotees who left what they were doing and dedicated their life for Krishna consciousness and dedicating to serve Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON by all manasa kaya vacha in all methods. That is true vanaprastha. We have forgotten the art of what is brahmachari ashram, what is grihastha ashrama, what is vanaprastha ashrama, what is sannyas ashrama. एक ही सिर्फ गृहस्थ आश्रम ही लगा रहता है एंड तक। और एंड तक ही नहीं, शुरू से भी। Without married, our thoughts are all going in that direction only. When we are in our teenage, when we are, because of the exposure to movies, mobile phones. Would you do you know that in Netflix, almost 65% content is LGBTQ? 65% content. This is the situation. And then when we see all those OTT channels, automatically, we will get bewildered. So our grahastha ashrama without marriage starts 10 years before, 20 years, 15 years before, and grahastha ashrama continues till the last moment also. Why? Because we are fearful. अपनी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को देके नहीं जा सकते, वो हमारा ख्याल रखेंगे नहीं रखेंगे. So the entire responsibility we keep on our head nicely. अभी फिनिशिंग बिजनेस क्या, हम तो 10 times बिजनेस अपने सिर पे ले लेते हैं. So these 6 anarthas is through which we are interacting with this world. Now it keeps us stuck here, like the milk of Puthana. It keeps us totally attached, engaged. We feel that we are the busiest person in this world. Shramaiva Kevalam, what Srimad Bhagavatam says. It's donkey's work. Donkey, you put a carrot in front and you put 200 kgs on the back, donkey will nicely walk. Another 50 kgs on the back, doesn't feel the pain because the carrot is there hanging in front. So that carrot is the milk for that donkey. And the load that donkey is taking is the death, what Puthana came for. Yeah. So who is Krishna in that context? Who is Puthana trying to kill? Mameva amsha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. So this whole aspects where we are stuck, we don't even know that we are dying. We don't even know that this is killing us. The pace of life, our choices, our engagement with this material energy, it is killing us. And yet we are choosing to go in that direction. It is our Vijnanamay Kosha, which is subtler than the mana, tells us, अरे यार भागवतम में तो पढ़ा था ये, why are we doing this still? No, we will do. Because we are not listening to the intelligence. And those impressions make us more and more weaker, more and more entangled, more and more stuck to this material energy. Now, how do we come out of it? What is the solution for it? प्रभु जी, बहुत अच्छी बात है आपने बताई. हम लोग अटके हुए हैं, मन से ग्रस्त है, मन के साथ चिपके हुए हैं, बट ठीक है, इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है? हाउ टू सॉल्व इट? सो मनस्त्रायति इति mantra. We have to understand the only way we can overcome our mana or the vikaras of mana is through chanting the holy name. And that too also for this yuga, that is the yuga dharma. In Kali Santarana Upanishad, we all know it is told Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, Kalo Nasti eva, Nasti eva, Nasti eva Gatir Anyatha. There is no other way. Anyatha. There is no other way. There is no other way. It is the easiest way that if we chant and we chant with taste, it purifies us. It purifies our consciousness. It reprograms our mana. The impressions that we have gathered, it reprograms us. So much of research has happened where it is proven that if somebody is meditating, then the brain structure changes. You can go online and you can search. on that subject matter. So this is most important method. What are the other ways that we can do this? We have to understand. We have to stop associating with the material energy one by one, a step at a time. Yeah. आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनम च सामान्यमेतत् पशुभिर नराणाम धर्मो हि तेषु अधिको विशेषः धर्मेण हि न पशुभिर समाना. Because only in human form of life we can invest in understanding who is God, what is my relationship, and we can consciously practice in our life. If we are not able to have a relationship in this form only with various elements who we are with, how can we imagine to have relationship with Krishna? भगवान की बनाई हुई प्रकृति के साथ में अगर हम परस्पर अवलंबन से नहीं जी सकते तो हम भगवान के साथ कैसे जी पाएंगे? If we are not able to relate to the the nature or the environment which is made by God, maya adhyakshena prakriti, it is functioning under his instruction. We have to understand why are these relationships given to us. If we are not able to overcome our anarthas and our shortcomings in our relationship with our friends, with our wife, with our husband, with our children, we don't get purified with those gaps that we have in our own nature. Now there are two things that we can do. One is some things have to be avoided and some things has to be taken up. Avoiding means what? A very simple practice if we adopt. Yeah, in case of our environment, in case of our clothes, in case of our food that we eat. That is the reason why whatever we cook, we do naivedya and we eat. In Ramayana, Bharata counts 50 sins that a human being can commit. When he runs to Kaushalya and he is seeking shelter of the mother because he's just left her his mother Kekai, that oh, I I leave you. The only thing best for you is now to go to the forest and die. I don't even want to be known that I am your son. Neither I accept you as my mother. With this sorrowful heart, he runs to Kaushalya, that Kaushalya will at least, hug him, will talk to him in a loving way. And the moment he reaches Kaushalya and touches, and Kaushalya sees Bharata coming from far, Kaushalya gets up and calls him not son, what she has called him all throughout his life, but says, "Oh Rajan." Bharata breaks down there, falls down at her feet, and says, and starts crying. You have left me, you also have left me, oh mother. You also didn't understand me and my inner emotions. Who am I? What are my desires? What is my emotions? These 50 points he counts. If all this, if I had little bit of inclination to be a king, the sin that one incurs by committing all these 50 sins, I will incur that much sin on myself. Basically, these are the 50 lessons for human beings, manushya, how to lead your life. In one of the points he says one should not poison the food of others. Examples like if somebody asks for water, one should give water. These are some 50 points he counts. Today, left, right, and center, we see food is poisoned systematically, whether one is growing, whether one is cooking, one is selling, in all forms it is poison. That is why it's very important for devotees to eat food at home. You don't know what is cooked outside. You don't know how it has been cooked. It can be poisoned not only in the material form, but it can be poisoned also by the thoughts of the person who is cooking it, the subtle poison that goes into it. Because mayadhyakshena, sorry, all the eight elements are Prakriti's elements. The mana is also part of Prakriti. So if somebody who is cooking, that mana has also gone in the food that we are partaking. Similarly, in in 30 years, the statistics are cancer in India and in outside the world has increased 5 to 6 times. Every house has a situation today. Every home has a situation today. Whether it is hypertension, diabetes, cancer, asthma, wheezing, bronchitis, heart issues, neurological issues, psychological issues. Every home has a situation. What are we doing about it? If we are not doing something about it outside, at least we should protect ourselves. Now, how do we protect ourselves from this so that we can continue to serve lifelong? So we have to take care of our, what is going inside, what are we wearing. These are small, small things through which we increase our tapasya. We increase our connection with the with all the elements around us. We cannot be an island in ourselves, disconnected, from the situations that are impacting us. If we don't fix this now, believe me, our next generation will struggle. And most of the devotees today, they are the biggest challenge in front of them is their children. Why don't they take to this whole process? Because for children, the whole process of Krishna consciousness is not alive. It's not, they're not able to see it alive in practices in all the aspects. Celebrating festivals, so important. While we are very blessed and we are lucky that we are able to celebrate Janmashtami in the temple, we are able to celebrate, Ram Navami in the temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, Balaramji's appearance day. These are fantastic festivals. There are also festivals which connect us with the, our existence. For example, celebrating Shankranti with your own families, celebrating Yugadi. Children, for children, that is life. For us, it used to be Obattu. It's very tasty on Yugadi. Huh? For Shankranti, so sweets would be made with good and with peanuts. It brings our family together. Husband, wife, Mataji, Prabhuji sit together, make sweets, even distribute to other devotees, for invite devotees to your home. Make this whole Krishna consciousness process very lively for the children. It should be connecting in various aspects. Otherwise, today's children are super intelligent. They are exposed to mobile phone, they are exposed to internet, they are exposed to movies and media. And if their questions are not satisfied, they will not see the connection between the theory or the philosophy and the real life. And with this connection not coming in, they will not take up to the process. It's very simple. For children and the next generation, Krishna consciousness should become very lively process. It should connect them that, see, when we see through this drishti of Krishna consciousness, we preserve the environment. When we see through this drishti of Krishna consciousness, we preserve the health. When we see through this drishti of Krishna consciousness, we are wearing something which is so connecting, with our own health and with the environment and with the samaja. Then this whole process becomes very lively for them. It is not just, one 3 hours on a Sunday, that is Krishna consciousness, or 1 hour in the morning, which is when we are chanting and doing Aarti, is Krishna consciousness. Every breath becomes Krishna conscious from them. Yomam pashyati sarvata, sarvata samay pashyati. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, one who sees me in everything and everything in me is never lost to me, nor am I ever lost to him. This is Krishna consciousness. When every moment, every breath, I am able to see in connection with Krishna. This is only possible when we take this path of tapasya one by one, one by one. I will add this. Hmm? My whole family should become Krishna conscious. My whole connection with the Srishti should become Krishna conscious. My whole connection with the Samaja should become Krishna conscious. My whole connection with Bhagwan should become Krishna conscious. And that is the four dimensions, as our Upanishads say. We have to have this connection. If all these four connections are done, this is what we say is Viveka, the Vijnanamaya Kosha, when we develop. Through that Viveka, we are able to overcome our anarthas, otherwise, it is impossible. On one side, we are chanting, we are purifying because our shabda and our mana, we are able to, the past life impressions and the anarthas are getting purified. But our engagement is still there, no? We are still alive in this world. We cannot be like an elephant, digging one side, going into the river and then taking bath and coming out and rolling into this in the mud. Now, how do we each second, each moment of our life, how do we spiritualize through Krishna conscious process? This is the method. We do our sadhana nicely, that 1.5 hours, and every moment of our breath throughout the day, we are engaging with the Prakriti, with the Samaja, with the Bhagwana, with our Parivar through that drishti of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, believe me, we have heard, Mahajano Yen Gata Supanta. Hmm? Bhishma Pitama is one of the Mahajanas, but we also understand that, while he had Krishna in his heart, but his actions were Viprita. Hmm? Krishna was in his heart, but he was fighting against Krishna. Yeah. Devotees should set the example in this world that people should say, अरे यार इन लोगों से अच्छा तो मैंने देखा ही नहीं. ये लोग कितना अच्छे से जीवन जीते हैं. How nicely they live their life. While they are helping us grow in our spiritual life, they are also so integrated with all aspects. They are the ones who are preserving, they are the ones who are sustaining, they are the ones who are cultivating such culture. So, for all of us, we should try to be like Pandavas who are fighting for Krishna and also have Krishna in their heart. Not like Bhishma, who is having in heart Krishna, but he is against Krishna in the battlefield. And this is what Puthana symbolizes. Puthana symbolizes false guru, where an advertisement is coming and telling us इससे अच्छा कुछ नहीं है. वो हमारे और हम सीख भी जाते हैं, हाँ जी, इससे अच्छा कुछ है ही नहीं, मुझे तो वही चाहिए. When a movie is coming and telling us that, this is the reality, and we listen to that and we understand, yeah, this is the reality. When a manager comes and tells us इससे अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट दुनिया में कोई है ही नहीं, इसको करना है, क्या है, हम लोग मशीनें बनाएंगे बहुत बड़ी बड़ी, क्या करेंगे उस मशीनें से? What will we do with those machines? Make video games for children. Hmm? Or make machines which will automate this whole world. And then what will happen? That's good, no? Automation is nice. AI is good. We will bring a lot of artificial intelligence in the society. And then what will we do? Huh? Don't do anything. Yeah. So let us spend all our intelligence in that. Shamayva Kevalam, donkey's work. So we have to really understand that who all are we learning from? False gurus. So this whole material energy of materialism, not understanding, going to the depth of, who are we, what are we doing, how are we living our life, what are our connections. That that connection is very very fundamental. Agar hum, if we are not able to connect here, how can we connect there? That connection is very very important. See, we should see the pastimes of Krishna, how he connected with cows, how he connected with trees, how he connected with, every smallest, pastime. If we really meditate, we can understand his love and affection for each and everything around. Does our heart, you know, bring us, gives us that feeling when we go and we are standing next to the tree? Does our heart give us that connection when we meet our friend, when we have time? Do we have that type of relationships with our friends? Do we have friends where we sit down and we lose track of time? Hmm? Do we open up our feelings to somebody at least? Very rare phenomena today, because we don't have time from reels, hmm, mobile phone, movies or media, YouTube. So very very fundamental need that we build these relationships. And once we have built these relationships, and for to maintain them, it is tapasya, because you need to invest time. Once you invest time, once you have those relationships, it automatically helps you overcome your lower nature, which is the mana, operating out of the manomaya kosh. Otherwise, if you are an individual, you can only buy, you cannot make anything. When you have relationships, you can make things. If you are related, which I see, is only possible in such a, you know home, what Prabhupada has given us, where 10 devotees can come together and make sweets, no, for yourself. Why we have to buy from outside market? Come together and make your, whatever you want to eat in your homes. Involve children, involve your friends. Relationship will nourish like anything. बट टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास ये सब करने के लिए, इसीलिए हल्दीराम जिंदाबाद, है ना? और इन मोस्टली here is MTR. hmm? They also give now ready to eat and ready to cook. So this whole things is a path of tapasya. It's difficult, but that's the only solution. And believe me, if we don't wake up now, the AI thing is going to just eat us up. We don't won't even realize when what happened, how the whole world is going, the way technology is moving. If we don't get our act together as devotees coming together, making strong bonds with each other, we will be surprised. Most of you are working in IT industry. Yeah. TCS announced 12,000 jobs last week. Microsoft 6,000 2 weeks ago. I am sure every moment we are under this fear कि हमारा job कब जाएगा. Hmm? So if we don't really wake up and understand, what direction the world is going in, get our act together in all these koshas, we will be stuck in this whole mess. Any questions anybody has, we can discuss. Yes, Mataji. Please take the mic, Mataji.
Yeah, actually, I was given to understand differently because he said he is also a big devotee of Krishna, but Krishna wanted him to act on the side of adharma to show people what will happen to you if you act on the side of adharma. So he knew Krishna's heart, and that's why he worked against Krishna, and he was in Veera Rasa with Krishna. That is the understanding I was given. So can you please explain, Prabhupada?
Absolutely right. uh, I'm not talking about his motivation. I'm talking about his act. What is visible is though he's a devotee, but he's fighting from Kaurava's side. So, what is the lesson? Why did Krishna, uh, you know, ensured that he fought against him? So that it's a lesson for all of us that though there can be Krishna in our heart, but we can still be as well fighting against Krishna. So the learning from that for all of us is this learning also, that we should not be like Bhishma, but like Pandavas. That's a reality. So while his motivations and his reasons might be many, as acharyas have told, one of the reasons what you just quoted is one of the reasons. But the fact is, he was still fighting from Kaurava's side. So there is a good learning for us from that. This question can come. So then, all the devotees, let us fight from the adharma's side, so that we can, But how can we tell that whether Krishna is seeding that in our heart or not? Bhishma is Mahajana. He can talk to Krishna and he can function in that way. But for devotees, we are Nitya Baddhas. Nitya Baddhas means we have to purify ourselves through conscious practice. Practice both as our sadhana, as swadhyay, as adhyayana, as how we lead our life. All these aspects have to be aligned, integrated. Yeah. So we cannot take that risk of assuming that we can fight from the adharma side because Krishna wants us to do so. I think a better learning and a safer learning for us from this pastime will be that let us not act like Bhishma, who fought from the Kauravas side despite having Krishna in his heart. Yes, bro.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Audible, bro.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The five elements you covered, and then you covered the three gunas. And koshas, you tried to relate that point I missed, Prabhuji, like Jnanamaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya, you are.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, Annamaya Kosha is the physical body, Pancha Mahabhuta. Pranamaya Kosha is the systems that are running in the body. For example, you have a digestive system, respiratory system, reproductive system, circulatory system. All these things function because of the Pancha Vayu inside our body. Hmm? So one type of Vayu is functioning, above neck, one is functioning below the neck till the Nabhi, one is functioning in the entire body. Even when you sneeze and you blink, it is because of, a type of Vayu inside us. It's a secondary type of a Vayu, what we have. So that is sum total of that is the Pranamaya Kosha. It's in the Pranamaya Kosha we have the four things of Ahara, Nidra, Bhay, and Methun. They have the house in Pranamaya Kosha. The Ahara and Nidra connects us to the Annamaya Kosha. And the Bhay and Methun. Bhay means fear, and Methun means procreation, to produce children. Now, what is the role of a prana? Prana's role is to keep the prana going. So the fear is when the prana stops. That's the biggest fear a human being has. Yeah, which is death. We say na तो उनके प्राण निकल गए. Hmm? So to continue the prana, what is the best way? The only way to continue the prana, you pass on a part of you in the next body, which is your child, your son or daughter. And that is why Maithun, the procreation piece, is also in the Pranamaya Kosha. The third is Manomaya Kosha, where the six anarthas are. That is where we interact with this whole world, our mana. So, what happens? Whatever we are eating, this is our indriya, correct? Our tongue. It is so the sensations from the tongue are sent to our mana, and man puts a covering on it, whether I like it or I don't like it, because the prasad is the same. What we are putting in our mouth, it is the same rice or the same tomato rice or bisibele bath. But for somebody likes it, somebody doesn't like it. What happens? So that sensation which went to the mana is the same, but mana covers that sensation and connects to it. Oh, I like it, I dislike it. And that is where the choices what we make in our life, how we relate to this world. I like that person, I don't like that person. I like this situation, I don't like this situation. Hmm? I like doing this work, I don't like doing this work. I like doing this seva, I don't like doing this seva. So the mana starts acting like this. So what you are hearing, what you are smelling, what you are sensations from your tongues are going to your mana. So this is the role of the mana. Now, what is the other layers that mana gets onto this? Is your kama, krodh, moh, mad, matsarya, lobh. So if you see somebody, I don't like that. That's the krodha part which comes in. Or if you see somebody, oh, beautiful. That's the kama part. If you see somebody and then matsarya, jealousy comes inside. So whole this game is happening in the manomaya kosha. Now, if we operate out of manomaya kosha, that is what is the Puthana situation, where we are feeling that the milk is tasty, but the milk actually is killing us. What Puthana tried to do to Krishna. Such a small infant, just couple of days old, and Puthana is going and feeding her milk to Krishna, in process wants to kill her. Of course, Krishna gave her liberation, gave her a sthana, of mother. Even then, yeah, that's his kripa shakti. But that is how this whole world is made, because Krishna is the only one who's made this world also, no? Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti. So he is the one who has made this world. He's made it in a manner that we get attached to that milk. We feel this milk is very tasty, though that milk is killing us. Hmm? Shankaracharya told Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jathare. We are taking birth again and again, again and again, again and again, not finishing our business. When will that time come when we wake up and we say, Arey Baba, bahut kam, I have only few years left in my life. Even if you are 20-year-old, you have very few years left in your life, believe me. Yeah. So if we don't wake up and understand the importance of human birth and engage each moment in Krishna consciousness, which I just told. Today, what happens? Our morning sadhana happens, and then we go into something which is totally disconnected. It is actually, on the contrary, destroying this world. It is destroying our health. It is destroying our family life. It is destroying our peace of mind. It is destroying everything. Like Dhruva says, we are actually giving diamond and buying, the broken piece of glasses. Yeah. Vishnu, when he comes and he touches his conchal on the head of Dhruva, Dhruva Maharaj says, now there is nothing more for me to ask for, because I saw you, I got your darshan. What else should I want? Yeah. So हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हमारा इतना, every breath is so precious, we are selling our breath and buying something, which is harming every dimension of our own life. How many devotees, spend 14 hours, 15 hours just working, 12 hours just working. हेल्थ खराब हो रहा है, फैमिली खराब हो रहा है, खाने को टाइम नहीं है, भागते दौड़ते खाना खा रहे हैं, जप करने को टाइम नहीं है, साधना करने को टाइम नहीं है, पढ़ने को कुछ टाइम नहीं है, भाग रहे हैं. क्यों भाग रहे हो भाई, किस लिए भाग रहे हो इतना? So this whole aspect is because we are thinking that this milk is so tasty, which is actually killing each dimension of our life. And to protect us from this whole thing is Vijnanamaya Kosha, which tells us that if we sit down and really cultivate to develop our viveka of understanding this detail, this subtleties of life. hmm, That is why Prabhupada insisted that अभी हो गया, बॉयल करेंगे मिल्क को. बॉयल करेंगे मिल्क को मतलब क्या? फिलोसफी को समझेंगे, उसके कनेक्शंस को समझेंगे, उसकी डेप्थ को समझेंगे. And then when we connect every moment of our existence with Krishna consciousness, that is only possible through Viveka. Once that starts happening, our Chitta Shuddhi starts happening. That is what we say cleansing. Cheto Darpan Marjanam. Our Chitta starts getting purified. Once that happens is when we say that now we have what Prabhupada said, finished our business. So what we are talking about is not at the time of death that we will meet Krishna. We should meet Krishna while we are alive. Hmm? Antakale cha mamevam smaran muktva kalevaram. One who doesn't understand me, one when he's alive, will meet me as a kala at the time of death. We don't want to be like that. We don't want to be in that situation. Now, when we know that we don't want to be in that situation, why aren't we working in that direction? It is like what Yaksha is asking Yudhishthira. What is the most astonishing thing in this world? Most astonishing thing in this world, Yudhishthira says, is left, right, and center, people are dying around us and we feel our number will never come. है ना? So, when we know all these things, paper is leaked already. Paper is leaked already. We know the questions. We are still not trying to find the answer. है ना? We say, अरे बाद में देख लेंगे. है ना? बाद में नहीं देख पाएंगे. Our resources, our body, our physical strength, our everything will be less and less and less and less and less as the time comes. Because this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dosh anudarshanam. We know very well that jara and vyadi, old age and health issues will make it so difficult for us. I just went 3 days ago to meet one very senior person, ex-Wipro person. Yeah, who supports our Gurukula, with some dana. I went to his mother, 87-year-old. He said, my mother has served sannyasi because that sannyasi, in whichever parampara they were coming, he ate only his own hand cooked food or food which was cooked by his mother. That was the only two people he ate food. Puthana years she has served. Yeah. Now, last 5-6 years, that lady, she has dementia. She is not even able to recognize that sannyasi. What to talk of, he's no more that sannyasi, but his videos, he's not able to recognize. Now, I still believe that kripa will happen on her. Yeah. But I'm saying, what is the guarantee that that kripa will happen on us? When we are alive, we should be engaging each moment in that Krishna conscious breath. ये डिस्कनेक्टेड लाइफ जो है ये हमारे लास्ट 30-40 ईयर्स 50 ईयर्स का जो हम लोगों ने स्ट्रक्चर बना दिया ना, अपना कंट्री का, अपने सोसाइटी का, अपने इकोनॉमिक्स का, उसकी वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम. सॉल्यूशन तो ढूंढना, अगर इस्कॉन के डिवोटी सॉल्यूशन नहीं ढूंढेंगे तो कौन ढूंढ सकता है? मैं ये बोलूंगा, हमारे पास एसोसिएशन है, हमारे पास हर चीज प्योर है, साधना है, श्रद्धा है, सब कुछ है. इसका सॉल्यूशन ढूंढ के जीवन का जीने का तरीका भी लोगों को सिखा के जाएंगे ना. I feel the only organization which has that possibility, is one of this, because this is international society. There are many Indian societies which are there. They might also be able to try many things, but worldwide, अगर कुछ एक दिखा सकता है, वो मुझे लगता है ये association. So that is the, when you operate out of Vijnanamaya Kosha, you actually purify your chitta, and that's the Anandamaya Kosha, where you are in the state which is, beyond, you can go beyond the gunas, which is gunatit, what we say Shuddha Sattva. Yeah. So this is broadly the Pancha Kosha, what we understand. Bhagavad Gita also mentions the subject matter comes from Taittiriya Upanishada. So it is from our Vedas. And all the acharyas have given their bhashya on it. There is Prasthantrayi. If you have to be called an acharya in Bharat, you need to write your bhashya on it. Shankaracharya gave, Ramanujacharya gave, Madhvacharya gave. After that, our Baldev Vidyabhushan and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also gave on Taittiriya Upanishad their bhashya. So the subject matter of Panchakosha is from Taittiriya Upanishad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very practical means you have explained.
Yeah.
And coming
When
together
we
and
do
cooking.
this, no, Prabhu, we can leave legacy for the next generation. Because children see parents practicing life which is integrated. It's very inspiring for children. It's very inspiring. Then they say, अरे कितना अच्छा प्रोसेस है ये, है ना? फिर हमें उनको बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है कि भैया कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस को पकड़ो. वो देखेंगे हम तो जीवन से कनेक्टेड हैं, समाज से कनेक्टेड हैं, भगवान से कनेक्टेड हैं, अपने प्रैक्टिसेस से कनेक्टेड हैं, एवरीथिंग बिकम्स वेरी लाइवली फॉर देम. Then it is not something by telling, they automatically become Krishna conscious from their childhood.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too,
After a long
Prabhu.
time. With a new chair. Prabhuji, I am in some confusion.
Yes,
You
all
are,
of us are, Prabhu.
you are both teacher and parents, and you are a parent for many students also, indirectly. So my question is about the parents' primary duty. What should be the primary duty of the devotee parents who are in the Krishna conscious movement for a long time, and they are preaching to the whole world? At the same time, they are not uh, much worried about the children, whether they are in Krishna consciousness, whether they are following the path, following the regulative principles. To the extent that his children were exposed to Krishna consciousness, to the extent that the son was serving the spiritual master in the personal level and doing all the Harinam Kirtan, everything, the temple, along with the father. And maybe for some reason, the children are staying separately and father is staying separately, father, mother, and then they are preaching to the whole world through online. What is correct? You should look after your own children first or to the whole world? This is my question, because the children have gone to the extent they're not stopped following some regulatory principles and they're very much cheating. It's very, and that too after practicing for so many years, over 30 years, the children itself.
So I will.
Can he become like a victim of this Maya? That's my question. Can he become victim of Maya even after 30 years of practice? Serious practice, not just chanting alone, practically doing it. And what should be the father's duty? He must be aware of what children are doing. Still, you should
So,
keep quiet.
so I will tell again a generic answer, Prabhu, because this special case I don't know specific. There can be a lot of details which I don't understand, but a specific generic answer to this is we should intensely practice at home. Very, very intense practice. Now, that means our sadhana should be very impeccable. Children should see us that, this is, and it is should savai pumsam parodharmo yathor bhakti ratokshaje ahoy tuki apratihata yayatma suprasiddhati. So it should be uninterrupted and unmotivated. That is very, very fundamental. Now, once we have done that, now that's a very big thing, tick marked. Yeah. I think where children lose, what I have seen, where children lose the connect is they don't see any connection, with all other dimensions. They feel that this is very superficial in that sense that where is it connecting with the. So a devotee might be serving in a plastic plate. The child, when somebody has seen and wants to work with the environment, says that why do devotees destroy the environment? That practical connection doesn't settle well with the children, and that's a reality. When children see that we are not becoming a part of the whole ecosystem, we are like us. Now that doesn't mean we compromise with our any principles. So those connections are very, very important. That whole richness in the relationship, devotees are ordering on Amazon, on festival. Now children don't see the festival as a live thing. Festival is where relationships are built. Festivals are where people come at home, we spend time. We have to share the sorrows and the happiness of our related relationships. They should see this whole thing live. When Krishna consciousness becomes live for children in all these dimensions, I'm sure they will not get any other this type of a taste anywhere else. See, for all of us, we have cracked it, because for us japa में taste आ रहा है, पढ़ने में taste आ रहा है. But बच्चों को we have to bring to that place. The only way to engage them is through this experience that we are doing, and to also give them the connections that through the drishti of Krishna consciousness one can live in a such nice manner. That integrated life It's a tapasya. And today's day and age, it is even bigger tapasya. Because le deke, we are 3 or 4 people living in one family. When there were 7, 8, 10, 20 people living, there were many possibilities of doing many things together. Today, everything becomes, very heavy. We feel so much of load, because if we have to cook 3 times only, it's so heavy. Yeah, which is the reality. But how to solve it now? So we have to find solutions. This is the smritis that we will have to create. And I agree, not from the vision of women liberation, but from the vision of alone women, it is impossible to take it up. Family today for one woman is not possible. So men has to pitch in, children have to pitch in, because we have to create different solutions. Yeah, for alone women to shoulder the whole family weight, then also earn, then also guests ko manage karna. That's why it becomes a big pressure. A festival is coming. Yeah, that's the reality. Now, how do we solve these things? We have to find practical solutions coming as a family together if we want to really preserve our Krishna conscious culture. Otherwise, children will not see it alive. That's my generic take on it. And mobile phone, I think if we can avoid our children on social media, mobile phone. Australia announced last week 16 years and lower children not allowed to have any social media access. As a country, it has announced. Yeah, and we feel we are broad-minded if we give our 12-year-old child iPad and mobile phone. It's very dangerous. It's more dangerous than a nuclear bomb in the hand of a child, actually. So these are some basic things, I think, what if we practice, we can save our day and our life, and really help our children to, you know, also be along with us in this journey.
Own children or reach to the whole world.
नहीं नहीं, दोनों ही important है अना. It's not 0 and 1, no. दोनों भी हो सकता है. प्राइमरी ड्यूटी ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि ये प्राइमरी है या वो प्राइमरी है. दोनों भी संभव है. Both are possible actually. They are not exclusive. They are together.
In the name of freedom, they are given to the children. You free to do
No,
whatever
that
you
is
want.
not
And then
that is not right. Of course, children should be engaged. Now we cannot say that if we are not doing other things, we just tell children now you should do this, you should do this. That is also not possible. If we are doing all other things, then children are also engaged in positive way. Yeah. Maybe any other question if anybody has. I think time is also up. Okay.
Yeah, you spoke about the two functions of the mind. One is to think, and the other is to accept and reject. So, my question is on the third dimension of feeling. So, and I speak for all the women here. So, women are a very feeling lot, and the propensity to get hurt is probably very high. So, where do you place that? It does not feature amongst the six anarthas. So, how do women get out of this enmeshed, thing called feeling and getting hurt? And the cycle keeps repeating, and they should not lose track of themselves and the goal.
Uh, First of all, I agree that women has more propensity to get hurt, but men also. It's just that maybe it's not visible. So uh, that's one thing. Now, this is a common issue which, in fact, I think the world is suffering more because of the insensitivities that we are cultivated. Yeah. With working with machines, working with plastic, working too much in a very mechanical way at a very fast pace, we lose connections. I think that is at the root of this whole mess. Uh, I joke generally when we are walking, we can see everything around us, isn't it? We can turn around and see also. When we are on a cycle, we can still see on the side and front, and also at least the vision is like this. Only the back is cut. When we are on two-wheeler, now side is not possible. At least the vision becomes V. There and there I can see. When we are in car with windows closed and AC on, completely disconnected, only front we can see. Hmm? So the life has become like that. The pace of life is so fast that we have lost the connections with all these. We are actually flying in an aeroplane, so not even that connection is there. So this, it's about the insensitivities that we have cultivated over a period of years together. It has become our second nature that we don't care about the feelings of others. We don't care about the feelings that what is the person going through. Um, so so automatically this insensitivity leads to hurt, because people at the end of the day, they want to be cared for. I don't think anybody here will raise the hand. Is there anybody who doesn't like to be loved or cared for? Yeah, everybody wants that. The problem happens when we are insensitive towards everything, objects, people, relationships. टाइम ही नहीं है हमारे पास, किसी भी चीज के लिए टाइम नहीं है, किसी भी चीज के लिए नहीं. एनीथिंग मीनिंगफुल वी डोंट हैव टाइम एक्चुअली. पेस इज सो फास्ट. क्यों भाग रहे हो, कहाँ भाग रहे हो, पता नहीं भाई, भाग रहे हैं बस, स्पीड में है. सो वी हैव टू recalibrate that, can I spend time? Consciously we will have to do. Initially it has to be done as a tapasya, then it becomes our second nature. And we should take people aside and say, come sit, let's talk. What is it? क्या चाहिए, क्या हो रहा है, बताओ जरा. That's what I told. We should develop such friendships, such relationships are very, very important. If they don't have, then insensitivity, hurt होगा ही होगा. हर्ट तभी होता है जब इंसेंसिटिविटी होती है. इंसेंसिटिविटी भी तभी है जब किसी का मन वीक है, और उस इंसेंसिटिविटी से दूसरे का मन भी अफेक्ट होता है. या सो वी हैव टू वर्क कॉन्शियसली ऑन दीज एलिमेंट्स. Build our relationship with prakriti, build our relationship with people, with our friends, with spouse, with children. And that is only possible when we give time. Without time it is not possible. टाइम के साथ साथ कुछ करना भी है उनके लिए. Prabhupada told that, he took an example that in Rajasthan, how the marriage used to happen when children were very young. The whole past story he has told, actually. I won't go into the depth of it. But love is reciprocated when you do something for someone. That is how you reciprocate. Rupa Goswami is also telling the six, loving exchanges between devotees, between relationships. So time is up, bro. There are more hands at the back. I don't know.
We can take offline questions as well, no problem.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for the wonderful reminders. And I felt that, there are Krishnas, there are 4 people who go to the Lord. But I think that is for parents, there is a 5th one, that is the children, probably. There is that has to be dealt with very sensitively. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Let us all thank Prabhuji from the bottom of our heart, but loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll all assemble downstairs for the further announcements and Ashtakams.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय.
जय. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय.